What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Seawolf Outdoors. This is DJ here, and I am getting into a installation for a new power pack. This is the power pack on my Johnson V4. It's a 120. It's a 95 model or 96, not sure exactly. I have been having problems with this thing for I'd say probably about the last year or so. One thing that I was noticing, and I didn't really worry about it too much, was it was leaking gas, and I would see every once in a while gas dripping in the water while it was at the lake. And so, you know, I really didn't have a problem with that. You know, I just figured, okay, it's just leaking gas. Maybe it's the carbs or something, just the bowls, you know, just leaking gas. Well, I didn't realize it, but it was a problem that was a lot larger than that. What it was is, now with hindsight, I realized that only a couple of the cylinders were working. So I've been running, I think I was just running on 2 cylinders, and because of the power pack going out. So now that the power pack has completely gone out, you know, I'm not able to fire it up. I'm not able to crank it up. But that's the crazy thing, is I was running on just 2 cylinders for probably the last year. So just long story short, when it was starting to go out, it would just crank up and then die. And then sometimes, you know, I'd be out on the water, it would crank up fine, run fine, and then when I'd go to start it again, and it wouldn't start. So then eventually, you know, it would just not even want to start at all. So here we are. So one thing that I've noticed is on YouTube, there's some power pack installation videos on there, but there's really not a whole lot. And I don't know if there are any. I couldn't find any that had this particular model of power pack installation. So I figured I would go ahead and make some videos, try to learn something myself, and at the same time giving some insight on anybody else that might have a power pack like this one. So this is the new one. It looks a little bit different color, different model, but it is for the same motor. So that's what we're trying to do, is get this one on there. That way we can test it and see if we can get some spark, because these plugs are not getting any spark. And so hopefully this will resolve our issue and we'll be back on the water in no time. Stay tuned. So the first step will be to remove wires coming out of the power pack, and these are the ignition coils. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, that's done. Then it looks like you've got 4 bolts on the top. There was a bolt here, bolt there. I've already taken those out. A bolt there, and then there's a nut right here. And that way we can get this top off. And I think there's some more bolts inside. All right, top is off, and this is what we're looking at. So next we'll just pull some wires off and go from there. All right, so here's the next step. I've been unhooking wires from the power pack that go to the motor. These are the last ones right here, and then I will should have it completely detached and ready to put the new one on. Now, as I was looking at the old one, because we've got one that looks a little bit different. See, this one doesn't have a cap on the top of it. It just goes on like that. It's just one piece. It looks like the other one was two pieces. It was like a mount along with the top. Or actually, you know what? I think that's gonna have to go back on there. And I think the other one will just go in place there. Anyway, so once I get these wires off, then I'm gonna plug in the other one. And like I was just now saying, I've been matching up plugs just to make sure that this is gonna work. And it looks like everything is the same. These boots are a little bit smaller, but it looks like they still fit on the coils. So that was the only thing that I was worried about so far. It looks like everything else is about the same. But if I'm not mistaken, back in 2018, we had to go and put this in the shop, and they put a new Powerpack on, and they put that one on. And that's how long it lasted, probably about 6 years. And but it seemed like that before that one, there was one like this one. So I'm hoping that once I connect it all, that it's gonna work fine. So let's see. All right, so I've got it unhooked. I'm looking at it, and I think what I'm gonna do is go backwards from where the last one that I did, and that would have been right here. And then I'm gonna hook everything up and see how it works from there. All right, now we're down to almost the last step. We're almost there. Got everything hooked up, got everything connected. That's the new Powerpack. Haven't put it back on or put it back down yet because I'm not sure if everything's working. So I'm gonna go ahead and test everything. I've got the plugs pulled out, and I've got a tester on there just to see. It's got a little light bulb right there. I think I got it from Walmart or something. It was like 10 bucks or something. So definitely need one of those. So next, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and crank it up and see if I can get that light to light up. All right, so as you can see, there was a little flicker there on the light. So that tells me that it's getting a good connection, and just need to test the other ones and make sure that they're sparking as well. All right, so now that we've got the spark test done, all 4 cylinders and all 4 spark plugs are getting spark. Now the last step is to reinstall the spark plugs and pull it out, put some earmuffs on it, and see if it cranks up. All right, so here we go. Got the water hooked up, ready to go ahead and crank it up. Let's see if we can get it to fire up. Well, that's good. And like I suspected or expected, it's gonna have a lot of carbon buildup because I've been working on this thing for so long until I decided that it was probably the Powerpack. So let's try again. running again, so we got that solved. Now the next thing would be, it is smoking a lot. It could be because it hasn't been running a while, but you know, that will be the next thing to look at, and hopefully it will clear up. You know, I let it run right there for probably a couple minutes, and it's still smoking. But you know, one of the issues that it was having was it was leaking oil, or some black stuff was coming out right there at the prop. So it's probably, you know, just burning up burning up all the bad stuff. So let's hope that we're in the clear. So hopefully this video helped somebody. If it did, think about liking and subscribing to the. Figured I would give you guys a look at it after it's all installed. Went from the blue one to the black one. This wire right here, where'd it go? Had a little trouble keeping it out of the way of that flywheel, but I guess that's about as good as I can do with that.